they got.
But yeah, I can see that though. Because the New York Knicks need anything they could get. And Detroit? Who's on Detroit? Who's on Detroit? If you being honest, bro.
Fuck, nigga.
No, it's a trap.
Hard-headed ass nigga, I'm a G.I. Joe. Got my brother, he be son niggas D.I.O. Take his chest out the pocket, not T.I.
He got some. The reason why LiAngelo Ball has not been signed by an NBA team in free agency. So, hey, man. So, personally, bro, I think I like LaMelo the most. But hey, first, let me, before I explain, it's your boy Loaded Reacts, and we loaded into another reaction. Yes, sir, boy. We got some Ball brother drama. Not even drama, Ball brother discussion. And he's gonna tell us about him. Hey, like, comment, subscribe on this video, bro. Let's get to 200 subs, 500 subs, a K sub. No, let's get to this.
The off season has been a wild one, and a week's of the draft, and are now more than 5 days into free agency. It's been an eventful week for the family too. With LaMelo going third, he and his brother Lonzo made history, becoming the first brothers to be selected top 3 in the draft. No siblings have ever gone top 5. And in amongst all that, watching afar is LiAngelo Ball, the middle Ball brother who went undrafted in 2018 and hasn't made an NBA roster to date. I've seen the memes all over social media. People talking about how he should have played football, how sorry they feel for him seeing his 2 brothers drafted. Middle bro's been getting it tight.
But I wonder how he feels about his brothers getting drafted. But personally, if I was in that position, both my brothers got drafted, I wouldn't be discouraged though, because that's like a better opportunity for me, and I'll be proud for them, bro, type shit. But I wouldn't be like fucking hating on them.
But despite the dated narratives, we had reason to believe Gelo's chances of making an NBA roster this year were very promising. 2020 was his comeback year from surgery that sidelined him for almost 18 months. He's been getting runs with OKC Blue in the G League, and when I spoke to LeVar on Zoom a few months back, he made it very clear where he thought Gelo would be playing basketball next season. Roll the clip.
Hang on, so you really talked to him on Zoom, bro? So that's what you look like? You sound nothing like that, bro. I thought you were a big, muscular white guy. You think you're a skinny, little scrawny little.
First question for the big baller is: can you give us an update on LiAngelo? Is he going to be playing in the G League next season? Yo, I'm here. So LiAngelo's not going to be playing with OKC.
He's going where LaMelo's going.
Well, here we are 5 days into free agency.
You got 2 brothers to choose from. Hey, bro, let me find out. He's going to get signed by the Pelicans or the Hornets.
And seeing as they already have a full roster and no available 2-way contract spaces, it's very unlikely that from now till training camp, Charlotte will ball. Though this wasn't something we should have expected to happen. In fact, in a recent interview with Shannon Sharp, LeVar confirmed the reason he was pushing for Melo to go to Detroit or New York is because they were the only 2 teams open to taking on his sons. I'm sure if Charlotte were willing to do that, LeVar would have mentioned them on this list.
No matter where Melo would have went. I was talking about New York and Detroit. I was talking about those 2 teams because they was going to try to find a way to get all my boys.
Now, translation in big baller terms, that means both the Knicks and Pistons were willing to do something with Gelo, though only if they got...
But yeah, I can see that though. Because the New York Knicks need anything they could get. And Detroit? Who's on Detroit? Who's on Detroit? If you're being honest, bro, come on now. They've been good on
You won't be surprised to hear that no other NBA team has any reported interest in LiAngelo, not even the Hornets or Pelicans. As for Gelo's future in the G League, details are vague and hard to come by. We haven't heard anything of a contract renewal, and his contract only took him up to the end of last season. Technically, he should be a free agent in the G League, but when we look at OKC Blue's roster, he is one of the 5 players still on the team. I don't know if it hasn't been updated, if he signed a new deal on the low. Either way, I still believe OKC Blue is the most likely destination for Gelo to play basketball next season. Give me a minute to fill in the blanks for some of the newer viewers who aren't quite as up to speed with Gelo's timeline as we are. Regardless of what you've heard in the media, the thing is with LiAngelo, his circumstances are very unique. He was never considered by scouts to be a bona fide lottery pick or NBA prospect, but he was a 3-star recruit, so it's not out with the realm of possibility that he could have made the NBA had he taken the traditional path.
Definitely looks way different than that picture, bro. I cannot lie. Did y'all see what he does look like?
He was, after all, supposed to have a college career at UCLA, had it not been for, well, I'm sure you know what happened in China. Because of these events, he was forced to take a detour, spent some time overseas, and when over there, G3 actually performed really well. The media spun it as if the Lithuania experience was a failed publicity stunt, and while it might have gone badly for Melo, for Jello it was actually a success. Unfortunately, the Lithuanian LKL or Lavar's JBA League aren't exactly leagues at the forefront of NBA scouts' radar. So it didn't really matter how well Jello played over there, because the people that mattered weren't paying attention to it. Because of this, to the casual fan who doesn't keep up with the Ball family, Jello fell off the face of the earth. And that's completely understandable. There's no reason for basketball fans to keep up to speed with someone who hasn't played competitively in the States since high school. However, those who have kept up with the family, and Jello specifically, know that this year he was better positioned than ever before to make an NBA roster. He spent 18 months from late 2018 to spring 2020 undergoing surgery and has fully recovered from ankle injuries that have been bothering him for years. When finally back right and healthy, he made OKC's G League team. He started off as a practice player, proved he could hold his own in practices, and was officially signed to the team till the end of the 2019-20 season.
Oh, I didn't know that. So he was keeping up with everybody in practice, so he got signed to the actual team. Good to know. So that means the practice squad wasn't good enough for boy. But he sounds like he's going to the NBA to me, bro. Give him like this year or next year.
The plan for Jello was to have him finish off the final 8 G League regular season games with OKC Blue, and then have him represent them in the 2020.
Because I want to see him in the NBA. I know everybody wants to see him in the NBA.
On Undisputed,
I want to see all three of them in the NBA.
Skip and Shannon that Jello would get that summer league look.
But you're hoping that he lands wherever Melo lands, summer league, so he can get.
Well, summer league, he's gonna get there first start. He's gonna get that look. He's gonna get that look.
I guess he got banned off one of the shows for turning some slick shit. But
shop early and enjoy.
it was like not even that bad.
That's all.
The G League and Summer League are two competitions fully associated with the NBA, which would have given Jello both the platform and exposure to prove he could hold his own with NBA talent. Opportunities that up to this point in his career, he's never had. We never got to see Jello in college. We never got to see him in the Summer League or G League. So how can we really evaluate how good or bad he is? The unfortunate thing is he would have had that opportunity this summer had it been any other year than 2020. Because unfortunately, the same day he was supposed to make his G League debut, the G League season was postponed and cancelled due to Rona. For all we know in an alternate universe, i.e. any other year, Jello by now could be on an NBA roster, assuming he made the most of those opportunities. In reality, he's got to continue to play the waiting game, be patient, and wait for more of these opportunities.
Bro, I think he would have been on the NBA roster if he kept playing. If they never canceled the season. Also, I knew the Lakers would have still won the championship.
Presumably would start in the NBA G League. Now, where there's some concern and doubt is we have no idea when or if there'll even be an NBA G League season. It's enough hassle for the league itself to put together an NBA season. This year's Summer League was cancelled, so I don't know where the G League ranks on the NBA's priority list. But I can't imagine it's anywhere near the top.
Yeah, there isn't no Summer League. I forgot that.
Jello's the next Klay Thompson, or know 100% that he's an NBA player. I really don't know whether he is or not, and that's because one, he hasn't played in 2 years. I'd assume he has improved since then, but I can't say for certain. It's not like we've seen any 5-on-5 footage of him. We see little clips here and there from workouts. I need to see more. And two, it's just hard to evaluate just how good he actually is based off of the competition he's faced. I've said my entire time covering the Ball family, what Jello needs to do is go to the G League and from there work his way up to an NBA roster. We know he's an NBA level shooter. I know that, you know that, anyone who has ever seen him play knows that he's the best shooter of his brothers. What he still needs to prove is that the other aspects of his game are up to NBA standard. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying
he's big enough, bro, to hang out with the big players in the NBA, though.
Because he hasn't had the chance to. Hopefully in 2021, he does get the chance to, and we can finally see what LiAngelo Ball is all about against competition we're more familiar with. But anyway, guys, that's the latest on LiAngelo Ball.
That's it, cap this video off, bro. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell next to the button, bro. We out, bro.